Hey, what's up, tubers? Hey man, what's the deal with this budget guitar craze? Hey, this channel is all about guitars and life, so I thought I'd share a little bit of my journey with you. Those of you following the channel know that I've been investigating the Firefly FFTL Relic. That's a whole different deal, and plenty of vids out there on the channel about that. Appreciate everybody who's watching those and making great comments, and the fellowship we're having about budget guitars. So this is the West Creek Racer. I purchased this a few weeks back, did an unboxing video and a couple of other things with it, but I really want to talk about the budget guitar craze, as it were. Now, before I do that, if you're interested in the West Creek Racer, my buddy Jay over at JMan, I'll drop his channel in the comments so you can check it out. He does a complete review of this guitar, goes under the hood, does all the specs, all the things. If you're interested in that kind of video, you'll want to check him out. Also, you could check out Two Bike Mike. He has this actual yellow guitar, like mine, because it matched his truck, where he did a complete deep dive and all kinds of things. So if you really want to get serious about specs of this particular guitar, those will be the videos for you. This is more story time. Why do I own a West Creek Racer? Why am I messing around with the Firefly FFL? I've got a perfectly good Squire Classic Vibe Telly here. I've got a Squire Classic Vibe Strat, one of those cases that are probably off camera that you can't see. I've got a 2013 Epiphone Honeyburst LP. So for me, man, you know, not too long ago, JMan did a guitar giveaway on his channel. He was celebrating, I think, 3,500 subscribers or something like that. And, or maybe it was 3,000. I don't know. Sorry if I got the number wrong, brother. But give love anyway to you, man. All the best to you. Your videos are great. And so in this contest, he had everybody make a little video talking about their guitar journeys. And that got me thinking about this. And just having this conversation, you know, man, it's Sunday night here, and it's kind of a chill night. It's pizza night at our place, so hey, good times. But for me, my guitar journey started, I was in high school, like many of our journeys with guitars started. Me and my buddy, he wanted to play the bass, so I thought, well, I'll play guitar. We had a friend who played drums in the high school band, and had a drum kit, so that made perfect sense. Unfortunately, they wanted me to sing, and that's a whole different story altogether, which I did, by the way. But the point is that I worked retail. This is 1980 something, early 80s, 1982, 83. And I had a job, retail, working in a grocery store, not making a whole lot of money. Now, we lived in small town Oklahoma. So if you don't know anything about small town Oklahoma, let me tell you this. There's no music stores in small town Oklahoma where there's no guitar. This is way before guitar centers were a thing. And even if guitar centers had been a thing way back then, they would not have been in small town Oklahoma. So there was a music store in Stillwater, Oklahoma, which was 30, 45 minutes from our place. And I went out to that guitar store and I found a Hondo. I don't believe Hondo exists anymore. I think they shifted to JB Player, and I don't know what happened after that. I lose track of things, but they had a Hondo LP copy. It was black. I loved it. I played it in the store, and they let me put the guitar on layaway. And do you know what, man? Every week when I got paid, from that point, couple months it took me, maybe a little bit longer, we would drive the 45 minutes every Saturday morning, and I would put 10, 20 bucks on this toward this layaway guitar, and they take it out of the case and let me play it, and then they put it back in the case and we'd go home, and then the next week we'd do the same thing. I think the guitar at the time was like 150 bucks. That's around the ballpark that I can remember. Now, for the youngins here, in 1983, 150 bucks would be the equivalent of about $465 to $75 U.S. currency in 2024. So $150 in 1983 was a lot of money. And so here I am, I'm working at a grocery store or something. I've got this guitar in layaway. It took me months and months to go down and pay on it. Well, I finally got the guitar, and we had our little garage band and had a great time. The guitar, though, is the point. It wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. There wasn't really anything memorable about it other than it was my first electric guitar, and I loved it. And I played it for a long time until finally I upgraded about a year later or so, and I actually switched to a Fender Strat at that point, and was a Strat guy for a while. But all that to say, through the decades, I have played real Gibson LPs, Epiphone Les Pauls, Epiphone SGs, Gibson SG. Never really did an Explorer, didn't dig it. Did the Music Man thing for a while. Had a couple Ibanez's along the way. But mostly it was, Gibson Les Paul or Epiphone LP. And then the Strats. I had an American Strat. I had a made in Japan Stratocaster. And I had made Mexico Strats, all the things. Same thing with Tellies. I've had the real American Telecaster. I've had made Mexico Telecasters. I keep pointing to this. This is none of those. This is the Squire Classic Vibe Telecaster, made in Indonesia, by the way. And I've had the Bullet series and all the things. So for me, part of my interest in the budget guitar world is I'm always interested, man. So if you think I bought that Hondo, it was 450 bucks. What I can buy today in today's guitar market for 200 bucks, whether this West Creek Racer, by the way, I bought on Amazon, brand spanking new for $185. I think they wanted $2 something for it, and a little coupon thing popped up. Hey, save this amount of money, and sure enough, it was the guitar itself was $185. I paid for shipping, so I was probably $216 all in, something like that. So as you think about it, today for 150 bucks versus 150 bucks back then. So today, the 1983 150 bucks is $450, $475. So that's like the equivalent of what I paid for the Squire Classic Vibe, straight from Fender. It was on sale and all that not too long ago. And I spent 450 bucks on that guitar, and I had to put. I didn't have to, okay? Most of it was preference, although I had to do a whole lot of setup, which is normal for any kind of guitar that you ever buy. You're always going to have some setup things. There were plenty of fret work I had to be done, and then I did the player preference things. I did the brass compensated saddles and locking tuners and all the things that I kind of like in a guitar. So I bought this Racer. Actually, it was the first budget guitar that I've bought in the past few years. Actually, that's not true, man. There are actually other videos on my channel of other guitars. Oh man, I tried a Glary once. It was not stellar. It was like under $100 guitar, and anyway, I don't have it anymore. I sold it. I had a Harley Benton TE52 that weighed, I think, close to 11 pounds, and that's why I don't have that anymore, and a whole other set of reasons, sold that guitar. So then I went to the West Creek Racer, mainly because I was watching JMan and 2-Bike Mike, and I thought, man, that really looks cool, and I might as well have one of those. And how might this compare to like an Epiphone LP or something, which is my kind of go-to if I'm in a humbucker mode. I'll do a Epi LP, you know, any day of the week. I'm usually a Tele guy or a Strat guy, but more Tele these days. So this is not a playing video, this is Guitars in Life. So this is a story time, right? Here's what I can tell you anecdotally: my ears, my feel, my play, my perspective. I got the Epiphone out of its case the other day, and 2013 LP, original Epiphone pickups, stock, all that. The West Creek Racer, I haven't done anything other than I did put locking tuners on it because I don't like to wind stuff. I know some people think I'm lazy. I don't know, maybe I am, but I like the ease of locking tuners, so hey, to each his own. And this guitar sounds every bit as good as that Epiphone Les Paul. This guitar feels, the neck is actually just a teensy bit thinner. That's a technical term. I think if you Googled it, it would say teensy bit smaller than an LP. The fretwork is on par. I don't remember the frets on the LP ever being bad, so I've got no complaints about that. So great frets, got cool inlays, the humbuckers are awesome. The tones all sound the same to me. I could not distinguish the difference in my hearing. Now, you know, some of you are got it on me in that regard, so maybe you hear plenty of differences, but I just didn't. The feel, the humbuckers, the sound, the play, it's all basically all the same thing in my view. And so really that's what led me to the Firefly Telecaster journey that I'm still on, and that's what's really keeping me on this kind of budget journey. You know, now I'm thinking, okay, well, wow, man, if the West Creek is fine. I didn't have to do anything to this. I put the locking tuners on because player preference. I didn't have to do anything to the frets to speak of. I didn't have to, you know, I polished them or something like that. I haven't had any electronics issues. Again, to me, it sounds on par with my Epiphone LP. Maybe I'll do a playing video at some point, but this is story time tonight. And so, yeah, not the case with this guitar, which again was under that $200 price point, with a coupon, I think right now on Amazon. And look, I'm not getting, you know, nobody's sponsoring anything here, clearly. We at least have better lighting, maybe that were the case. But, you know, buy the guitars myself, like, you know, a lot of people that make videos, and I'm not in the video business. I'm just a guy that has some guitars, experimenting with life and posting some vids on the tube to see what's up. So not this guitar, but I expect with if you can get a pretty good guitar for $200, even if you have to put some pickups in it, you're well under a $450 guitar, like my Squire Classic Bob. So now I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. How low can you go? I'm not doing a Harley Benton again. That's a whole other conversation. If you're interested in those videos, you can find those on my channel. My experiences with Harley Bentons, plural, I did actually have two. I'm remembering the second one now. It was an LP copy. Both are gone now. But now I'm thinking, okay, well, what about an Indio? What about a Monoprice? What about a Bullfighter? You know, or Minzy, whatever they're called. What about this Fogil brand? I mean, could you spend even like $89? Could you spend even $79 on Amazon and get something that would be bones? Okay, when I say bones, I just mean the neck and the body, and have parts laying around or buy parts and see, you know, what kind of good, you know, sit around the house, you know, riffing, noodling, whatever, you know, playing with some buddies, and, you know, be in that, you know, well under $200 mark and have a decent rig. So yeah, man, the new budget Craze, I don't really know if it's new or if I'm just new to it, but you know, what do you think about these budget guitars? You think it's just a fad? You think we're going to go back, you know, we're going to wake up one day and we're going to go, man, we were crazy forever buying sub $200 guitars and fixing them. We should have just, from the jump, went, you know, box store, brand name, big dollar. In my experience, I'm not finding, this is just my personal experience. If you've got different experiences, I'd love to hear it. I've always had to set up $500, $600 guitars. Always, always, always. And at that time, I couldn't always do it myself. I had to take it back to the box store and have the guy do it. Or I had a guy around town here that I used to send my Strats to and LPs to, and he, you know, set them up and do something with the pots and all that. Well, now that I know enough to be dangerous and all of that, now I don't even have to do that anymore. So, I don't know. Is it a craze? Will we just wake up one day and go back to just buying more because we need brand names? Or, you know, is there even more adventure on the horizon for those in the budget guitar land, those of us who like to buy those and mod them up and see what we can get, man? So hey, wherever you are in your guitar journey, I hope it's a good ride for you, man. Rock on with yourselves, and I'll catch you down the road.